Welcome student in today class. Myself Dr. Virendra Pal Singh. I will discuss about the barriers to good health and health seeking behavior. In this sequence, first I will discuss about the health. What is health? In simple layman term, if a person is called as healthy, if that person do not have any disease. If person doesn't have any disease, then person can be called as healthy. But according to WHO, health is state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, not merely an absence of disease and infirmity. This is definition which is given by WHO. This is more inclusive definition. According to this, not only physically well-being but also mentally and social well-being is also added in the definition of health. In recent year, this WHO definition is amplified. It is included that a person should be able to lead a socially and economically productive life. Next is health for all plan by WHO. According to this health for all plan, which is to be achieved by year 2000, according to this, a person should achieve minimum level of health for all persons. All persons should achieve minimum level of health, below which the person is not healthy. Now the factor, which are the factor which influence the health? Health is multifactorial. It is not only influenced by individual factors but also the factors which are present externally in the society. So in individual factors, the genetic factors of the person influence the health, and in external factors, the most important factors are the environmental factors to which the person is exposed. These factors interact with each other, and these interaction leads to health or disease. So conceptually, the health of individual and whole community may be considered result of these interactions. So health is not influenced by one factor, it is multifactorial. These factors interact with each other, which end result will be health or disease. Now responsibility of health. So who is responsible for a person's health? First is that person whole solely, that person is is responsible for his health. So this is personal responsibility, and along with personal responsibility it is also a responsibility of state. So we can't say that health is responsibility of state only. It is responsibility of individual, community and state. It is the joint responsibility of all three pillars. First is individual, second is community, third is state. Now what are the barriers to health seeking behavior? So first barrier is lack to access to health services, second is lack to human resources, third is lack to healthcare facility, fourth is cost to health services, fifth is lack of health education, sixth is cultural barrier, seventh is geographical barriers, eighth is psychological barrier, ninth is language barrier, and 10th is distrust in public health barrier. These are the main barrier which influence the health. Apart from these barriers, many other barriers are also present which hamper the health seeking behavior, which prevent the health seeking. So first barrier is lack of access to healthcare services. In India, there is large geographical areas is present, and these area is not similar. In hilly area, there is difficult terrain is present. The hilly area is very difficult and inaccessible. If healthcare facility is present in that area, then it is possible that person may not reach in that area. And just like in desert area, lack of access to healthcare services is important barrier to healthcare services. health seeking behavior. If healthcare facilities present in inaccessible or distant location, then it is difficult for people to utilize that healthcare facility properly. So these barriers, which this is important barrier which hamper the health seeking behavior, which this barrier can be overcome by proper planning while establishing the healthcare facilities. So healthcare facilities should be established in that area which is accessible for the people. So healthcare facility has should be in the accessible area so that person can utilize the healthcare services properly and adequately. Now the second factor, the second barrier is lack of human resources or doctors. If health facility is accessible but there is no health doctor or consultant, then people are not interested to visit the healthcare facility because they do not get any consultation about their disease, any diagnosis or any treatment. So they don't want to go that facility where doctor is not present. And this can be a major problem in India because the doctor and doctor public ratio is very low in India. So this problem can be overcome by train more and more doctor, by establish more and more medical colleges and posting these doctors on the all healthcare facility, and especially in the rural healthcare facility where there is lack of doctors. Third important barrier is lack of healthcare facilities. If there is no healthcare facilities, then that person which are residing in that area cannot utilize that any health services. They are not able to obtain any health care. So there is proper decentralization of healthcare services must be present. The healthcare facilities should be properly established in the near to the population so that population can utilize the healthcare services. The fourth important factor is cost of health services. Although the treatment and medicines, that is healthcare services for the basic disease, are free in India because of there is MNDY, Mukhyamantri Nishulk Dawa Yojana program. But for treatment of few disease, the person has to go to the private and corporate hospital because there is super specialty or super specialty services are present in this corporate hospital, so in which the treatment is very costly. So this costly treatment, it prevent the health seeking behavior of population. Because of costly services, they don't want to go there. This barrier can be overcome by subsidize this costly treatment or providing the health insurance to the poor persons. The next important barrier to seeking good health is lack of health education. First of all, we should know that we are healthy or diseased. If there is any disease to us, we should know about that disease. We should know about that disease by its symptoms. But some disease, in case of if there is no health education, the person don't know that they got diseased. For example, in case of leprosy is undiagnosed for long time because lack of health education. Person don't know that the simple this bronze color patch may be a leprosy, and sometimes social stigma is attached with few diseases, for example leprosy and HIV. So person don't want to go to the health facility to take the treatment. So this is important barrier to seeking good health. This barrier can be overcome by health education. Health education motivate the person. Health education provide knowledge the person about the disease, and it also motivate the person for the treatment seeking by that person. So health education should be provided to people by the print media or electronic media or by other resources. Next barrier is cultural barrier. Sometimes there is cultural barrier or traditional barriers are present. Tradition barriers are present. For example, in few cultures, the women are not allowed to go to the hospital, so they don't go to the healthcare facility, they don't tell their problem, they don't take the treatment. So it is important barrier in the health seeking. And in few disease, due to the cultural factor, people don't take some disease seriously and don't seek the healthcare services. They think that it is simple, there is no problem. For example, in the COVID, due to the lack of health education, earlier people think that it is not a disease of rural area, and that is the very big cause that in the second wave most of villages are infected overwhelmingly, they are completely infected. ठीक है. In cultural barrier, the newborn baby is not allowed to take the first milk of the mother, that is called as colostrum, which is yellow in color and antibody rich milk. It is not allowed to for the child, it is rejected. So it is barrier to good health. So cultural barriers are also very important. These barriers are overcome by providing the proper health education to these community, so that these community can go to hospital to take the health care. Next important barrier is geographical barriers. Due to the geographical barriers, sometimes health care facilities are more distant. Sometimes they are about to 50 kilometers from the villages, so villagers can't go there due to the any lack of vehicles, lack of public transports, and long distance. So these geographical barriers are also become very important. If there is single healthcare facility is present in that area and that is too distant, so person cannot go there and take the treatment. So geographical barrier can be overcome by providing public health transport to that healthcare facility, so that people can go there and take the treatment. Next important barrier is psychological barrier. Sometimes, for example, in mental disorders, the person got the disease, but he doesn't have any disease, that he think that he doesn't need to go for the treatment. This is more common in case of mental disorder. So these person don't go for treatment, don't tell anyone, they think they are healthy. This barrier can be overcome by convincing that persons or educating that person and assuring that person that they got a disease which can be overcome by simple process, and this mental disorder had complete treatment. For this, the government also launched the national mental health program to overcome this disease. Next barrier is language barrier. Healthcare facilities present, doctors are also present, public healthcare facilities is accessible, but if there is language difference between healthcare worker and public, so there will be no proper communication, and without communication it is impossible, it is very difficult and nearly impossible for proper diagnosis and treatment. So due to the communication gap, there is lack of proper diagnosis, so proper treatment cannot be provided to that person. So the healthcare worker which are posted in that healthcare facility should understand the local language of that person's, local language of that people, local language also. Healthcare workers should make familiar with the local language, and this local language make the healthcare worker more familiar with the people and make trust in them, and which give a edge to that healthcare workers to provide very good treatment to that public. So language barrier is also important barrier. Last but not least, the important barrier is distrust in public health services. Now in COVID, we have seen that due to the after the even the more effort of the healthcare workers and doctors, the person are going to die because of because of infrastructure deficiency, because of more disease progressed more, and we can't save that person. Due to this, there is increased mortality. Due to increased mortality, there is decrease in the faith and trust in the healthcare workers and doctors, and people misunderstand that mortality is due to the negligence of or lack of proper treatment. This leads to distrust in the public health services or other services. If the people are they don't have faith in the public health services, then it can become a great barrier which impede the health seeking behavior of the people. So this shouldn't be so this should be stopped. This barrier should be overcome to consult and tell the people about the severity of disease and their outcome. So people should be made aware about this disease and their outcome, so that people know the progress of disease, and this should be done, and the efforts should be made to make trust of that people in public health services. So these are the very important barriers which are preventing the health seeking behavior, and which are also barrier in good health. Thank you very much.